Holding the light, a spiritual awakening transformative tool. How can you hold the light? Learn how holding the light is part of our spiritual awakening process and how it contributes to the transformation of ourselves and our collective evolution. Consider it an action, prayer, and healing modality for yourself that emanates within and outward into the world. Discover the areas holding the light is for and what is not holding the light. Learn the qualities necessary to bring to holding the light and what interferes with holding the light, and the traps to avoid about proceeding with practicing holding the light meditation. And towards the end of the video, you'll see how holding the light appears in the visualization process. On your screen now, and that has been playing since the beginning of this video, is a literal translation of holding the light, but not the actual or true process or how to practice that really takes place. Later in this video, you'll see how holding the light is conducted into and through the physical body, into the deepest places within, and expands outward. First, holding the light is an exercise that transforms us as we continue to practice and hold the light. It is not an instantaneous transformation, but occurs slowly as we continue the practice. Holding the light is for ourselves first, that includes our entire physical body into our cells and spaces between our cells and into and beyond the atomic structure, nanoparticles, DNA, and RNA. It's a process that you learn and is explained in words, but most importantly is a feeling, because connecting to the feeling is transformative. Holding the light also extends into all of our thoughts, emotions, past, and etheric body, influencing our spirituality and our evolution. This includes our energy system, of which the auric fields, that is plural, and all chakras are a part. And over time, the act of holding the light continues spiritual awakening and transformation. What holding the light does not require. When a person practices holding the light meditation, it does not mean there is an expectation of being perfect, knowing the answers, having all issues resolved, or being free of conflict. When a person participates in holding the light practice, they are still inspired to move forward with other action steps that are needed in the world. And it does not mean this is all. We are part of the world and are needed to contribute where we are inspired to participate, act, and show up in the ways that are needed for positive change. Holding the light does not mean you have to be a long-time meditator. If you are drawn to this practice, it is for you. This is because spiritual awakening is an ongoing process through this life and beyond, not a one-time event, and holding the light is a practice for yourself, your community, and a contribution to positive global changes. It is not a burden, but a lightening of you, because you are expanding forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love within that emanates out. What holding the light is not. Holding the light is not a part of negativity, negative thoughts about ourselves or others or situations. It's not divisiveness, distortions, blaming, contamination, or cyclic thoughts. These are contaminations of holding the light. And holding the light cannot coexist in the same space with what I just described. Holding the light does not take away the need to heal our own trauma. And holding the light does not mean we are projecting onto others they are not holding the light. Nor does holding the light get in the way of being in the present moment, observing our thoughts and behavior, or other physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual awakening practices that sustain balance and create a foundation for our evolution. Who holding the light is for? Holding the light is altruistic and of pure intention for yourself, for all beings, including creatures of the air, land, and sea, which also includes insects. Holding the light is also for us as individuals and everyone's highest and best interest, nature, the earth, environment, and beneficial ideas, healing for all, innovations, progress, healing, creativity, and our evolution. Holding the light for ourselves and others means we are emanating what is in the highest and best interest for ourselves. As we engage in practices that strengthen our relationship with higher energy, we build and contribute to the global changes. How often to practice holding the light and when? The act of holding the light is a daily practice that strengthens over time, putting ourselves first and giving ourselves that gives to others as well. Often this practice is done at the beginning of the day because of the strength of the practice and how it washes through the entire day. It is one of the very profound intention-setting exercises. Another time to use the holding the light practice is after getting into bed and before falling asleep, because the practice helps to clear residue from the day and brings light into the physical body, especially any areas that are experiencing pain or difficulty, into thoughts and emotions. So essentially, holding the light practice contributes exponentially to your body's restoration and heightens your frequency and consciousness through the dream time. How to discover the location of the feeling energy connected to holding the light. The energy of holding the light is unconditional love and compassion, forgiveness and truth. Often, as human beings, we have encountered difficulties with adult humans, and extending unconditional love and compassion and forgiveness. You get in touch with unconditional love, forgiveness, and compassion. Shut your eyes for this moment and ask, who do I feel unconditional love, forgiveness, and compassion for? Is it young children or babies? Take a moment to connect to this question and discover your answer, and take as much time as you need here. If you cannot extend the feelings of unconditional love, forgiveness, and compassion to human children or babies, consider if you can feel unconditional love, forgiveness, and compassion for animals or creatures. This may be all animals or a particular kind of animal or creature that you feel a connection with. Then ask, where do I notice this feeling within my physical body? So what you're noticing on the front of your torso is where you feel this unconditional love, forgiveness, and compassion towards an animal or creature or even human baby. For some people, it is the heart or center of the upper chest, and others it is lower, so that could be around the solar plexus or solar plexus chakra, or even lower on the abdomen or belly. So place your hand where you feel the forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love. Place your hand there and breathe into the feeling slowly and easily. You may even feel a warmth or tingling or something else. Relax and allow the feeling to expand. This is the feeling of holding the light. This is a significant component of holding the light process. And if you cannot feel unconditional love and compassion and forgiveness for yourself, tune into that feeling towards the animals or creatures or human babies, and then allow it to expand within you. Once you know the feeling, you then can tune into it again and again, over and over. And then you will join the feeling with the visualization part that is part of this video, and the complete Holding the Light meditation is a separate meditation on this YouTube channel. Sustaining the benefits of the Holding the Light practice. Holding the light is part of a meditation process where you breathe the light into your physical body and beyond. This process is a spiritual awakening and transformative practice that is always done after grounding. Grounding helps us manage higher energy, healing, and releasing trauma, and it helps us stay in balance and creates the stable foundation for furthering holding the light. The grounding practice is available on this channel, so check out the grounding meditation. It's in the link below. How does holding the light practice interface with being in the present moment and drawing upon the practice of the power of now? Holding the light practice allows the person to continue their commitment to observing their thoughts and being fully present. There is no interference, but another layer of contribution to the commitment to further the development of holding spiritual transformative energy. How breathing in the light occurs, it comes in through the top of the head and extends all the way into the very bottom of the feet. And you can see that this process is occurring slowly and easily as the whole body is filled with this brilliant energy. A more detailed description of how this energy appears and flows is in the Holding the Light meditation. Holding the light becomes your entire being, and you also become a beacon of energy. There's a point of light on the globe, a radiating pillar as an emanation of energy and beacon where you live in humbleness. This information is released at this time because there are those who are ready to do this practice. Go to the Holding the Light meditation that is on this channel, which the URL is listed below in the description. Please like this video and subscribe. And when you go to the Holding the Light meditation. From Dr. Susan Sophia James and Transformational Wisdom.